Chitta and Sanskaras. Our total mind is made up of mind, intellect, consciousness and unconscious mind. Unconscious mind is invisible. Everything we experience, mind takes picture of it like a camera. Everything received from the world by five senses is registered by the mind in the form of a picture. Intellect or buddhi analyzes it, and experience is felt as pleasure or pain. All these impressions are stored in the unconscious mind, and unconscious mind is called chitta, and all the impressions stored within the unconscious mind is called sanskaras. Sanskaras are formed by constant repetition. If you get exposed to something for a long time, it becomes a habit and hardwires the mind, hardwires the brain. So what is called sanskara for the unconscious mind is hardwiring of the brain that controls us. If somebody is addicted to smoking, drinking or drugs, that is called sanskaras. And sanskaras accumulate with a repetition. After a while it becomes automatic and one is controlled by sanskara. So our life is controlled by sanskaras. Besides constant exposure to any stimulation, also there is a depth. So depth increases with constant repetition. If one is smoking for only 1 month, the sanskaras are shallow. It is like drawing a line in the sand, and you can change those habit patterns or sanskaras. But if one has been smoking for many years, the sanskaras are so deep, like a carving in a stone, carving in a rock. It is so hard to erase. All the sanskaras accumulate and control our life. So chitta is unconscious mind and sanskaras are the impressions. And we are controlled by sanskaras and not by our willpower, our desires, our mental training, or an emotional blackmail of sin or guilt. No matter how much you try, you cannot change it. So sanskaras are ingrained deeply. Sanskaras are usually formed in the growing years. Starting from mother's womb, the sanskaras start forming. It is at a very subtle level, without even all the faculties developed. The fetus absorbs these sanskaras. It is like at a delta brainwave. Then first few years, theta brainwave. Then up to age of 7, maybe alpha brainwave. So all these years, mind is very receptive. So children pick up all the impressions very quickly. And childhood impressions control rest of the life. When we grow up, we function at beta level, which is not deep impression. We receive information, doesn't go in very deeply. So this is why it is very hard to change our habit pattern when we are older. Children can easily learn languages, they can do so many things. So growing years we build the sanskaras. We build the sanskaras because of environment we live in. If you are in the environment where there is anger, fear, violence, you will pick up that feeling and it becomes part of your personality. That is also sanskaras. If you stay in the environment where there is peace, harmony and love, you pick up that sanskaras and becomes your personality. So we are made up of sanskaras. These sanskaras is accumulation of all the impressions from our schooling, from our upbringing from family, from the religion and our personal experiences. Experiences could be pleasant or unpleasant, and those impressions are registered. So again, what is pleasant to one could be unpleasant to other. So suppose somebody who was about to drown has built up a fear of drowning. Somebody fell from height in childhood, builds a fear of height. All these are sanskaras. When sanskaras carried on from one life to another life, so many lifetime of sanskaras accumulated becomes swabhava. Swabhava means our innate personality, our character. It is so deep, it's carved so deeply, it takes a long time to change. So two twins can be looking alike, behaving alike, their other behaviors will be alike, but their basic tendency could be different because they have same upbringing, same environment, so they have similar sanskaras, but they come from different experiences of previous life, so they have different swabhava. So even the twins in the same identical environment can have different swabhava. So because of swabhava, we have inner feeling, inner liking, inner drive, and it gives us free will or choice to choose direction in life. So this is why we are what we are. Somebody's swabhav is to be artistic, somebody's swabhav is to be logical, somebody has type A1 personality, somebody very relaxed type. All these are swabhava, is innate tendency. We cannot change our innate tendency drastically, but we can work around it to balance it. So sanskaras we can change, swabhava is harder to change, but ultimately we have the freedom. Through many incarnations we work on it to remove the sanskaras. Liberation means to remove all the sanskaras. Remove all the sanskaras means removing all the conditioning, programming, so that we live freely in a state of childlike state, to be free from concerns of anything, not program, enjoying life in the moment. Liberation, you realize I am perfect here and now. There is nowhere to go, nothing to be, nothing to attain. Jai Bhagavan.